Well, Australians are among the worst in the world when it comes to stealing from our bosses. The Global Retail Theft Barometer compiles information from more than 900 corporations internationally. And as James Thomas reports, it's found that every year staff alone steal more than $40 billion.
You'd think 220 years would distance Aussies from their convict roots, but apparently not. When it comes to pilfering, old habits die hard.
One could argue that the Australian employees are putting the pickpocket pagan to shame. These are some of the popular products that get stolen.
Mark Gentle is the Managing Director of Checkpoint Systems, authors of a global study into retail theft which shows Australian employees are a thieving bunch.
Employee theft cost Australian retailers $870 million from the statistical analysis in this survey.
Stealing employees account for more than 40% of theft from Australian retail businesses, and it's people like this doing the damage. Today Tonight has shown you the pastor who stole from work, and we've seen the sinful stealing of this pharmacy worker. They were caught on tape, but Australia-wide, employees are still fleecing their bosses, and in turn, customers wear the cost.
If all of these costs are passed back to the consumer, this is going to hit the average family across Australia with an additional $425 a year on their grocery bill.
Maureen Leifels stole thousands from the turf club she worked at in Toowoomba.
It was a totally premeditated modus operandi. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Locals were under the impression that Maureen's money came from being a talented punter at the club she worked at. In fact, she was a bit of a hero, according to the club manager.
They were stout supporters, loyal, and convinced that she had the ability to predict winners.
But the truth was that her only real gamble was the prospect of being caught with her hand in the till, which eventually she was.
You're facing jail today. Is there anything you'd like to say? No, thank you.
Tickling the till or pocketing goods, thieves focus on a range of hot-ticket items.
You see razor blades, small items moving out the door, things like your batteries. They have a tendency to be high shrinkage. Then moving into more of your speciality product.
Security cameras and electronic tills reduce employee theft, but prevention also plays a role.
I would expect as a minimum that every retailer would do a police check before they recruited a future employee.
I think employees that do this don't think too much at all about indeed who they're hurting.
Scott Driscoll represents the Retailers Association of Australia. He believes theft rates won't decline until punishments increase.
There's no doubt that laws should be changed in regard to penalties as a deterrent.
You only need one bad apple, and that one bad apple can cause a huge amount of problems for you.